Welcome to the Visual Distortion movie review show with me, Jeccles69. On today's programme, we will be reviewing the film Into the Woods.
Wish to have the curse reversed?
Starring Anna Kendrick as Cinderella, Daniel Huttlestone as Jack, James Corden as Baker, Emily Blunt as Baker's wife, Christine Baranski as the stepmother, Tammy Blanchard, Florinda, Lucy Punch, Lucinda, Tracy Ullman, Jack's mother, Lily Crawford as Little Red Riding Hood, Meryl Streep as the witch, Simon Russell Beale as Baker's father, Joanna Riding as Cinderella's mother, Johnny Depp as the wolf, Billy Magnuson as Rapunzel's prince, Mackenzie Morsey as Rapunzel herself, Chris Pine as Cinderella's prince, and Francis de la Tour as the giant. So as you can tell with the rundown of the cast and characters, this is an amalgamation film bringing together different fairy tales from the Grimm Brother fairy tales into one family-friendly film, which when you first see it and throughout the entirety of the 2-hour film, you constantly think to yourself, what the hell is going on and what the hell am I watching? It is a weird one. James Corden comes onto the film singing and dancing and basically being James Corden, really. Seen him in too many interview shows and him doing too many quiz shows, presenting them to actually see him as anything else now other than James Corden. Although I am sure he is a good actor, he's definitely a good writer and director, which you can tell with the series Gavin and Stacey. And he's definitely broken forward into Hollywood with his roles in The Three Musketeers, History Boys, which was one of his first feature-length films after doing Fat Friends, and a small little stint as a main character in Hollyoaks, which I don't think he even lasted a year in because he wanted to leave, which was definitely a good choice as appearing alongside Emily Blunt as your wife. That's definitely not a role many men would give up willingly. And even though it is a musical from start to finish, and you'd think that you would cringe at most of the singing being done as they're from major Hollywood actors. I mean, Meryl Streep, you know she's going to be good, you know she's going to be a good singer in there, you know that she's going to do a blinding job no matter what movie she's in. Emily Blunt, I don't know, you can be on the fence about that, but James Corden, it's kind of like the Russell Crowe from Les Mis being in Into the Woods. You know, it's a bit weird at first, but you kind of learn to like it slightly. But it does work, especially when you think that Captain Kirk is in it singing. And when I say Captain Kirk, I obviously mean Chris Pine from the latest movies, not William Shatner from the early series, who has, you know, released his own albums, his own CD albums of talking albums. If you haven't heard his rendition of Eminem's Slim Shady in the talking poetry version, then I suggest you go and check it out. But getting back to Into the Woods, the storylines that they have put together for this film is of course Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood and Rapunzel. They've also put Cinderella in there as well, as adding their own fairy tale in there, which will be the baker and her wife trying to conceive a baby, but the witch has put a spell on them. At least this isn't a fairy tale that I know of, if they did nick this one as well. But what they've done with them is very good, because it's a 2-hour long film and the first hour covers the basis of what happens in all of these fairy tales, all the dialogues and all the storylines, which we know pretty well, and we know our kids know them because of the Disney Channel keeps pumping their brains full of all this Cinderella and princess and fairy tale crap with a deep hypodermic needle straight into the side of the head that they just force feed your kids Disney bollocks so they know and they're up to date with the fairy tales that are going on. So you haven't really got to explain much there. And then the rest, the last half of the film, the extra hour or so, is when it starts to be its own self, you know, be its own entity of this fairy tale world by putting the twist at the end and showing what actually did happen, or at least to this version's storyline, happened after the happily ever after moment. And it's not happily ever after with everyone, and it's kind of shocking when it does happen. I mean, you're not really expecting something tragic to happen, even though in the original fairy tales many tragic things did happen. For starters, Sleeping Beauty wasn't woken up with a kiss. She was woken up after the prince had sex with her whilst she was asleep, impregnated her with 2 twins. She gave birth to them, and because the pain was so violent and because they would be her one true love because they were her children, actually woke her up. Yeah. And in Cinderella, and a bit that they did get correct with Into the Woods, is the fact that they do, the twin sisters, the nasty twin sisters, do actually chop off and mutilate their feet to try and fit into the slipper. This is from the original Grimm Fairy Tales version. So I'm surprised that they left that in there, but it was good to see it, if a little bit skanky, a little bit ew and or ick, you know? But Emily Blunt is great in it, as you would expect from nearly every film I've seen her in. Actually, I haven't liked every film she's been in, but she hasn't done bad in any of the films that she's been in. She's been great in all of the films. She's a fantastic actress, and you know that if she keeps going on the course she is, doing the films she is, and really working hard and making every effort into a film that she does, that she'll probably end up a bit like Meryl Streep when she reaches the age Meryl Streep is now. Bearing in mind Meryl Streep reached her pinnacle when she was Emily Blunt's age, so you can't really get any higher than that. And the rest of the cast is a bit bizarre. I mean, Chris Pine as Prince Charming, that's a bit weird. And a bit out from the left wing, the right wing, whatever. You just don't see it coming. However, you do see that coming more, phrasing, than you do Johnny Depp's Wolf. I mean, that's definitely. He's only in it for like 10 minutes, if that, but he does it so well. He really knows how to pin down every character, whether they're real life, fictional, or just complete and utter made up bollocks. He knows how to pin them down, and he knows how to act his fucking ass off to a T, no matter if it's a 10-minute cameo or leading an entire film like in Pirates of the Caribbean or Don Juan. He's a hands down fantastic actor. So the cast of this film is great. The storyline isn't bad. The directing definitely tries to go for the fantastical artwork that, well, at least I remember as a kid when reading any Grimm fairy tale or any kind of children's story, with the thick black lines kind of thing, the edged shading and the rather dark browns, the dark greens. If there were any rich colours, there were dark colours, and it does go towards that imagery, because obviously people that are my age, people that are older and younger, would think of this imagery when they're thinking of an older version of any fairy tale, or even Grimm fairy tales themselves. So the directing keeps going down well, it keeps running in a good track. It doesn't like halter or hinder at any point. The pacing doesn't stop. It does leave you enthralled with the film for 2 hours, if you don't mind watching a 2-hour long musical. Now, I would say that I'm not a big fan of musicals, but considering I did like Les Mis when it came out, I enjoyed that film a lot. And I also like Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, although some people might just say that's an out-and-turn film. If it's film and it's full of music, it's a musical. And to that extent, so would Metallica's last film, as that actually had a storyline running through it. But Metallica were playing live. So it's a bit of an amalgamation of both with that one. But my point is that there are many musicals out there that I do enjoy watching and wouldn't mind watching again. So I can't poo-poo it, because it is quite blatantly a musical. And I can't poo-poo it at all, except for the fact that it's just not a film that I would go out to buy personally. But if you do enjoy these types of films, good family film, or you just want a good family film to watch with your family, then Into the Woods, there's enough in there for the blokes to be happy about, there's enough in there for the women to enjoy, your kids will enjoy this film. So it definitely hits all the nails on the head, and definitely has to be a 4 out of 5 film in my eyes, even though I would personally say it's a 3 out of 5 film. But Into the Woods, if you've got family and you want to fill up your family DVD collection for Saturday or Sunday nights when you're all huddled around a fire or you've just finished your dinner, then Into the Woods is one to get. Thank you for watching the Visual Distortion movie review show with me, Jeccles69. Remember to check out my channel for some more interesting shit. Until next time, take care and keep smiling. This is the Jeccles69 channel, where interesting shit happens every day. So remember to subscribe and comment to our channel for interesting shit to do with the world of technology. Hits on Twitter, film reviews, my life with Android, and Kickstarter. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and comment, and until next time, keep your shit interesting.